What's up, everyone? I'm Alexis from AMZScout. In this video, we had the pleasure of working with Shimmy Morris, getting his take on the ultimate guide to product research. Now, he is a successful Amazon entrepreneur himself and a YouTuber, so make sure you check out his videos and channel. We've put a link below for you. Now, if you have any questions, comments for him, ask him below. And if you find this video enjoyable and useful, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you're looking for more on how to sell on Amazon, check out our blog, Facebook, or the rest of our YouTube videos. Until next time, enjoy.
In this video, we're going to be using the AMZScout Chrome Extension app to conduct product research and find out what makes an Amazon product good and what makes it bad and what you should be looking for when you conduct product research yourself. So I've got a whole list of notes here that I'm going to be following just to make sure this video flows and to actually make it make sense. So to start with, let's just discuss what is a niche, because we've got to dial this down, we've got to break it down right from the beginning. Okay, so what is a niche? So there are two different variations here that I'm talking about. You have a niche, in which I mean a specific kind of product. So for example, this pencil is a niche product. And then you also have a specific category niche. So sports and outdoors is a whole niche. Home and whatever the home one was is a whole niche. Toys and games, baby products, those are all niches. And then if we go even deeper, products in those categories are also considered niches. So that's what we're going to be looking at. Niches, oh, by the way, I'm English, so I say niche when it could be niche if you're in America. It's just language. But anyway, so is there a bad niche? Well, technically all niches are good. However, there are some niches which are more appropriate than other niches, and we're going to discuss that in the next few minutes of this video, like different factors that you have to consider, different criteria that you should really consider when doing product research. As soon as we've done that, we're going to go onto a screen flow, and I'm going to actually show you how to use the AMZScout Chrome extension to conduct product research and what all the numbers mean, because there's a lot of numbers, there's a lot of information that they give you. So the first factor that you want to consider when doing product research is the size and weight of a product. So for example, this wallet, okay, this empty wallet, don't know where all my money's gone. This wallet is a great example of a lightweight product and small. You see how small it is? It's literally the size of my hand, and it's incredibly lightweight. Why is this important? Because you have to consider shipping from China to the US, or if you're selling in the UK to the UK, or wherever you're selling, shipping from China to your country. Another thing you have to consider is Amazon's fees. So Amazon will have FBA fees where they'll charge you a picking and packing fee depending on the size and weight of your product, as well as storage fees depending on the size and weight. The storage fees are more on the size of your product. So you don't want to go for something big and heavy like, I don't know what you can see in the background, like that canvas there. Okay, that's also just because it's delicate. But you wouldn't want to go for something big and heavy like a workout bench or a big computer monitor, something like that, just because it's big, it's heavy, it's bulky, it's going to cost you a fortune to get it shipped, and then your FBA fees are going to cost a fortune as well. So that's weight and size and weight, which you have to consider. The next important criteria, the next important thing you have to consider is how complicated the product is. How many moving parts there are. Is it a simple product? So going back to this wallet, there's one moving part, which is this flap. And you can see when I put a card in, the flap goes down, and then I use the flap to bring it up, right? It's a super duper simple product. Whereas if I was selling maybe a fan, okay, there's electrical components involved, there's wirings, it's a complicated product, and there's many ways for it to go wrong. Okay, so we don't want to be going for complicated products, we want to be going for simple products like pencil, wallet, water bottle. See, these simple products like mouse mat. Actually, I don't want to pick it up because my mouse is there. But very simple products that aren't confusing. So that's a very important aspect. The next thing you want to consider is the selling price. Selling price is very important because you don't want to sell something for too little, because your margin will be so small and you'll make either very little profit or you'll struggle to make any profit, and you'll just think, is this even worth it anymore? So I like to stick to anything over about 12 to 15 pounds, and if you're in the US, then anything over $15 or above. And I completely avoid anything under $10 or £10. And if it's between 10 and 15, I'll do like tons of research into it and find, like, is it really worth it to go into that, considering it's so cheap. So that's another important factor: price. Anything over $15, brilliant. That's great. That's what we're looking for here. Another factor is whether or not it requires approval. Okay, so there is a lot of products like baby products, food products, anything like with pills, anything that needs FDA approval will need to go through an Amazon, will need to be approved by Amazon that you're allowed to sell them. So if you're a new seller on Amazon, you could face a lot of problems with this. Me personally, I'm able to sell pretty much anything on Amazon, because when I request approval, because I have a seasoned Amazon account, I've been selling for 3 years, and my account health is like way up high, it's brilliant. I can request approval and pretty much get it within 10 minutes. So if you're a new seller, you have to factor that in, whether or not it's worth it to go into something that you're going to need approval. For example, one of the people I was helping a couple of months ago decided to go into product. I told him not to do it. He went into it anyway, and he ended up needing approval, and then he never was able to sell the product. He had to end up recalling all the products out of Amazon's warehouse and selling them in bulk to one of his friend's dad. You don't want to be in that mess, do you? So you want to make sure that the product you're going for doesn't need approval. Right, so those are the different criteria. So now going back to what I said about, are there bad niches? No, there aren't necessarily bad niches, but there are niches that you shouldn't really go into because of these aspects. However, if you are a unique case and you have tons of money, you can afford an expensive product, you can afford expensive shipping, you have been on Amazon for a few years, so you can get approval for anything, then pretty much any niche is open to you. So all I can say is, if you're starting now, try and stick to those criterias, just because your life will be so much easier. Okay, so now I'm going to go onto the computer and we're going to look at the AMZScout Chrome Extension app. It's basically, you get the Chrome extension, it shows up in the top corner, and I'll show you on my computer. And when you go onto a page, you just, I'm going to show you on the computer because there's no point me telling you this now. I'm just realizing that it's easy just to show you. So before we go into actually using the app, we have to come up with a list of ideas. Now, AMZScout actually have a web app which will allow you to get a whole group of ideas, but we're not going to go into detail with the web app now because this video is about using the Chrome extension. So how to actually go about writing down, like literally writing down, old-fashioned style, with a pen and paper, a list of ideas, a list of products that you could research and see if they're potential. Okay, so one way of doing that is to look at the Amazon bestsellers. So you can search Google Amazon US best sellers, okay, and this will take you to the best selling products. You can see on my screen, I'll zoom in for you. This will take you to the best selling products, okay, and you've got all the categories here. So you can go into home and kitchen, and these are the best selling products in home and kitchen. So this can allow you to get some sort of ideas. So Amazon basic, so a microfiber sheet, that could work. Stainless steel metal drinking straws, that could work. So, and this allows us to get some sort of ideas. So that's one way of getting some product ideas. The next thing you can look at is the Amazon most wished for. So I don't know if you know this, but you can actually, you can make wish lists on Amazon. I'm sure you knew that, right? You can make wish lists, and you can actually look here. You can see the most wished for items depending on what category. So if we go to electronics, the most wished for item is the Fire Stick and the Echo Dot. Gosh, Amazon are destroying everything. This Fire Cube, I've never even heard of it before. This is all Amazon stuff, wow. Okay, so you can really see what is most wished for, what are the best sellers. You can even see the new releases. So that's one way, well, that's multiple ways, but that's a few ways to conduct product research and get a list. Now, another brilliant way is literally just search. Okay, so if I put like a letter in, let's say I put B in, you'll see Amazon give me a list of different things. Now, you would assume that the top one is going to be the most popular, most searched for item, Bluetooth headphones. Then you've got Bluetooth speakers, then baby wipes, then beach umbrella. So let's search for you. Okay, the most popular thing is USB-C cable, and then we have umbrella, okay? Look at that, umbrella. That is a very, very popular item. Now, I have some items prepared. I've got backpack and spatula set, which I'm going to actually use those as examples, but this was just an example I came off the top of my head just to show you how easy it is to conduct product research. So what you would do is you would go, and you can see all my Chrome extensions here. I have quite a lot of them, and we would want to click the AMZScout extension, okay? And you'll see a whole bunch of things. You'll see a whole bunch of numbers just come up, and this is actually not the worst product that I've just found. That's pretty good. Now, the other ones I've got one that has a score of 6, a score of 5, and well, a score of 4 and a score of 5. So I'm going to go through some of these numbers for you and actually show you what they all mean, what's important, and what you should be looking at. Okay, so we're going to actually go back and use the spatula set as an example because I have previously researched it and I've looked into it, so I know all the numbers are and how they correlate to whether or not it's a good product. Okay, so let's go over to spatula set, and again, what we want to do is we've searched for spatula set. We want to click the Chrome extension here, and we can see there's just tons of numbers. Okay, you're probably thinking this is mad. So remember the things that we wanted to consider. Price, is it over $15? Size and weight, is it a restricted category? And is it complicated? Well, does it have moving parts? Well, spatula set is probably one of the most simple products I could imagine. There are no moving parts. Size and weight, yes, it's very light, packed into something very small, brilliant. Price point, the average price is about $20.98, and you can see here $29, $25, that's $30 actually, 16, 15, so price is perfect. So now we have to actually look at other factors, because there are obviously important factors determining whether or not a product is viable, whether or not it has a good enough demand, and there's not too much competition. Because if there is too much demand, if there's too much competition, then you're going to be in trouble, because it's going to be hard to compete. And if there's not enough demand, it doesn't matter if you're the number one person. If there's no demand, you're not going to get any sales. So we need to factor those in as well. So one thing that AMZScout have, which is very cool, is this potential score. So we're going to start over there, and then we're going to get into the rest of the numbers. So the potential score, if you click on that, it will show you different, have different categories. So the very strong competition, great demand, easy entering. Now, when something is all the way green, it's good health, right? When something is low, red, it means, that's not so good. So for example, numerous reviews is red. 1 dot red. And why is that? Well, if we have a look, we can see nearly 700 reviews, 1,200 reviews, 300 reviews, 400 reviews. So some of the top products have a lot of reviews. However, me personally, I look at these apps, I look at these tools like AMZScout, and I go into it a bit further. So I'll have a look at these reviews and see there's only 189. The number one guy, which is making an estimated revenue of $41,000, only has 189 reviews. That is pretty good. I can compete with that, and I know I can compete with that. So another thing you want to look at is very few AMZ sellers. So AMZ sellers means sold by Amazon. So you can see here you've got FBA, so this means fulfilled by Amazon. So this is like me sending my product to Amazon, and then they are fulfilling it. You then have sold by Amazon, and then there's another one which actually isn't here, which is fulfilled by merchant. So that's me listing something on Amazon, getting a sale, and actually going to the post office and shipping it myself, right? Doing all of that myself. So that's another factor which is pretty good. You've got very low top brand competition, so there aren't big name brands. You've got monopolistic niche, how much money is being divided by like the main people, which also looks pretty good, because this guy's on 60,000, this guy's on 20,000, 35, 41, 15, 15, 15, 35. So there's money going around here. and very high average rating. So that's also, I mean, so that says that the average rating is quite high, 4.5, 4.7, 4.8. However, if you look, there's some at 4.1 and 3.6. So what you would do is, what I would do is, I would go into those products and actually see the bad star reviews, see where they're going wrong, and so I can see how I can improve the product if I'm going to go into that product. So when I go and contact my supplier or a supplier in China, I'll say make sure it has this, this, and this, and I'll make a note of the bad reviews so that I can like pinpoint and make my product good. Okay, so that's very useful. You've then got great demand, so very high sales. So yes, you can see here average of 674 sales a month, and then recently available. You've also got easy entering, so inside desirable price range, we know it is, average is about $21, and the low margin, so this says it's an okay margin, and to be honest, a 59% margin is pretty good in my books. Okay, so now let's go into a bit more detail into what I find are the most important parts of this tool of actually conducting product research. So the first one we have is price. Okay, the next one we have is rank. I use rank. A lot of tools don't use rank. I use rank. It's because I was taught to use rank, and ever since using rank with my products, we have got multiple products that are making well over 5 figures a month. And we base our information solely, or not solely, but we base our demand on the rank. So if you're ranking number 1, you are the first person on Amazon, you're the best, okay? So the nearer to number 1 your product is, the more demand there is for that product, because if there's lots of products ranking between 1 and 500, let's say, there's going to be a lot of demand for that product. So here you can see the rank it jumps quite drastically, and if we go quickly to umbrella, we can see 374, number 1. So this guy's a number 1 for his category, which is umbrellas. So you can see number 1 in clothing, shoes and jewelry, luggage and luggage and travel gear, and then umbrellas. So that's huge. Then you've got this guy 547, 42. So there's pretty good rank in this one. So let's go back to spatula set here, and so we can see that's another factor we want to look at, rank. We want the number to be quite low. Okay, so nearest to 1 is good. All right, and then we want to look at number of reviews. How many reviews does it have? And just by the way, you can actually sort by reviews. So you can see if I click reviews, it will sort by reviews, but I actually want to sort by number of products, just because it's easier to work it out like that. But you want to have a look at the reviews to see what the reviews are like. If the product has too many reviews, so let's say the reviews, all the products have over 500 reviews or something, there's going to be a lot of competition, because when you go in there, you're going to be competing with people who have been there for a long time, they've grown their product, they've grown and they've built up a lot of reviews. It's going to be hard for you to compete with, compared to a product that has, let's have a look at the backpack one, again, 4,000, 3,000, 400, that's so hard to compete with, right? Whereas you want a product that has like 36 reviews, 100 reviews, 40 reviews, right? If you can find a product that has something like that, this one has 0 reviews and he's number 12, okay? He's not making much revenue because he's selling it for absolutely nothing, and he's just not making very much money, but he has no reviews. That guy has 29 reviews. He's making 15,000 a month or 14,000 a month. So reviews are very important to see the competition of a product. Now, another cool thing, and I'm just going to throw this in there just because I absolutely love this feature of AMZScout, and that is your FBA fees. So as you know, when you source a product, when you sell on Amazon, there are going to be fees involved. Nothing is free. And you can actually click on fees and it will break it down for you, which I think is so cool. So you can see you've got the product price. Now, to put the product cost in, you want to go to Alibaba and actually find it. So let's say this product cost $4. Okay, we then got the monthly storage fee, it tells us because of the size and the weight. It's got the pick and packing fee, which it knows because of the size and the weight. It's got the referral fee, which is generally 15% of the selling price. And then you've got the estimated monthly sales. So if we just look at these ones, the referral fee, the pick and pack, the monthly storage, you can really understand the total FBA fees and how much it will cost for you to sell this product. And I personally think that is so useful. I mean, when I first started Amazon, we didn't have any of this sort of stuff. We had to work it out in our head, estimating what we thought the fees were. And having a tool like this that literally does it for you, we don't even have to use our brains. It's incredible. So that is what I would use, the main features of using the AMZScout Chrome extension. Again, there are so many other things that this tool has. For example, you can click on this to see the rank history. You can you can see the estimated sales. You can see the sellers, the categories, net margin, everything. It's incredible. You can click on the price. You can see how their prices changed. They went up to $80 at one point. It's ridiculous. So you can really see a lot of stuff with this. And if you would like to get this tool on your computer, it's like I said, it's a Chrome extension. It will be the first link in the description. And you'll be able to get all of this information, and you'll be able to conduct product research just like I'm doing, just like this. So I think that's really, really cool. And yeah, so that is pretty much it for this video. That is how you conduct product research using the AMZScout Chrome extension. And that is what is important when you are conducting product research. That's what you have to consider when you're going into it. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. My name is Shimmy Morris. I have my own channel, which will also be linked down in the description, and various links which you can check out in the description. But I would definitely recommend suggesting, that doesn't even make sense. I would definitely recommend checking out this tool. It will be the first link in the description. And again, like I said, this is Shimmy Morris, and this is an AMZScout thing.